Hello once again, welcome back everybody to this next game, the semi-finals game between District 69 and Death and Taxes coming out here right now. On the left side of your scoreboard, we've got the side of District 69, of course, the world champions right now. Gerrah on Cassie, PERDO on Androxus, Shipa on Ying, eLvenpath on that Buck, and bugzy on his signature Ganessa. On the other side of things, we have Death and Taxes, STURE picking up his own Buck, SYER on Androxus, Kamyker on Cassie, Addicted on Bomb King, and Kroad on Victor.
Now, we're taking a look at burn cards on the scoreboard just before the first capture point spawns. We're seeing a lot of Havens being picked up across the board. We have a lot of that direct damage, but interestingly enough, we've got Kill to Heal on PERDO, and we've got also Equestrian on the side of Buck. Now, Addicted, the Bomb King has taken Cauterize to try and cancel out that Buck's healing. We'll see how that comes into play, but Buck is going to be running that Tightrope card as well, so he's going to mount up very quickly and chase enemies down. There's a lot of distance damage being dropped off across, though, but look at Gerrah very low already, Shipa very low, and deep into the backline goes STURE now, as Shipa is under a lot of fire.
PERDO going in deep as well on the back on Kamyker, and the rest. eLvenpath was there to help him, but left him. He goes down, does find STURE and Kroad, however, on his side of things, keeps his team safe, but Gerrah, there's the roll from Kamyker, takes him out, and right now, fights blow for blow. They're trying to find the edge and advantage on this one, but they can't quite find it. eLvenpath is coming in from behind, snipes Addicted in the air! Grumpy Bomb not able to hit the stun at all, and eLvenpath is now going forwards. This great mobility that he has from that Equestrian really helping him out with the flanks.
Oh, Kamyker then picking up bugzy though, and STURE returns a kill onto PERDO. The advantage right now in terms of numbers on the side of Death and Taxes. eLvenpath able to stay alive for a second, gets around behind cover. No, sniped out by SYER on that Androxus, while Shipa does return a kill. It's going back and forth. Either way, a slight capture advantage to the side of Death and Taxes, and that's going to accelerate right now as they take complete area control over District 69. Kamyker just going off completely right now on this Cassie.
And Kamyker's just not been shut down at all. eLvenpath has got close a couple of times, doesn't manage to actually pick up the kills, however, and I like this Grumpy Bomb placement. Addicted, just keeping them safe from a flank from behind, which is very possible with eLvenpath on this. STURE does go very deep, taken down by eLvenpath, but it's too late. SYER with the kill onto PERDO means that they're able to get this payload, they get the point control. There's the Cursed Arm, gets eLvenpath, but not before he picks up Kroad.
Kroad and eLvenpath actually wiping each other out. Maybe the result of a stray frag grenade right there. The payload's going to start getting pushed through this initial spawn choke point. bugzy setting up for some snipes. Gerrah as well, looking to get that Cassie damage off into the enemies coming in deep. But look at this. STURE diving deep into the backline manages to net a Ying's illusion instead of Ying herself. And that'll keep the side of District 69 safe for a little while. No more burn card pickups on either side of the teams looking to save their credits for next round. But advantage right now going heavily in the favor of Death and Taxes. They're just picking up the backline of District 69 one by one.
It's really the work of Kamyker right now. eLvenpath does finally shut him down. He's finally able to get some impact with this Buck. He wasn't able to actually find any of the kills, which was actually surprising for me, not able to actually pick them up. Addicted, taken very low, does get sniped out by bugzy. And this is where the side of District 69 are going to take the advantage. They have this Ganessa. They have such a strong hold here. And eLvenpath, once they're taken low, he's going to go deep. He finds STURE. He's now looking for SYER on the second one, but he's taken very low, has to dip out. Kroad with the iron sights takes him out. eLvenpath taken down, and now they're trying to look for an advantage, pushing up, but they've got to be careful of the damage coming out back their way. They're all taken very low. And it looks like both teams going to have to go for a reset here.
So look how far District 69 have pushed out right now. The payload retreating back through the clifftop choke point. bugzy up in that little treehouse area, getting some snipes off. But it's a very aggressive hold coming out from the side of District 69 right now. And eLvenpath extremely deep is likely to be picked off here, as the recovery won't save him from STURE, as he may well have been cauterized as well by Bomb King or Addicted's Bomb King.
Yeah, Addicted doing a great job on that. Bomb King does get taken down a couple of times by bugzy, but still able to deal a lot of damage. And Kamyker
from behind.
Ooh, so close to getting the kill there on Gerrah, but Addicted cleans it back up. There's a huge Grumpy Bomb on eLvenpath just as he jumps in. Addicted keeps himself safe. There's the Bomb King bomb coming up, but Shipa, there's the triple kill for him.
And that's a triple kill coming off a Ying as well. What is this? What year is this? That never happens in these games. Was that an extra kill as well for Shipa right there? Sitting on a 5-1 and 5 slash line right now with a streak of 7. Doing so much work on this defense. You can see that Shipa now also, as well as eLvenpath, sitting around the payload, going to be able to keep that payload contested, and the defense will succeed. 2 points to 1 lead Death and Taxes over District 69.
So many clones up there at the end. The King Bomb was being channeled in a questionable position. Addicted really out of position there to try and channel that one. Gets taken out by 3 clones surrounding him that just mow him down as he sits there tanking all that damage. All ultimates apart from gerrah's scout are up though. That scout being gone though, when you've got Cassies on both teams, could be pivotal in this one. That 15% increased damage is a lot when you when you're up against each other here.
So let's just mention burn cards really quickly. Addicted has gone into Bulldozer this time, dealing 100% increased damage to deployables. Really, actually, no longer underestimating Shipa wanting to take out those clones and the illusory rifts very, very quickly, as well as Kroad now picking up the cauterize. So Kroad's going to be looking to prioritize Buck and making sure that Buck can't heal. And I really agree with that choice, as Kroad has that really
King
easy to
Bomb
apply
coming
anti-heal.
out right now. Addicted, he's going around the side. He's trying to find a flank on someone, but there's a great disengage. Addicted doesn't connect onto anyone. And now they're starting to get into the point. Shipa and Bugzy in the balcony, trying to flank, trying to push them away. PERDO, he finds the first kill on Addicted. Bugzy and gerrah, they find another 2. And SYER not able to get the cursed arm off. He doesn't get any damage from it at all.
Shipa!
And Shipa, what a good kill. Does go down in the end, doesn't manage to get out of that one. Gerrah picks up STURE as well. It's just Kamyker left. Gerrah wiping that one up. District 69, after a shaky start, looking to come back into this one.
Well, it was the Kamyker train last time on that Cassie, and it's the gerrah train this time. And Cassie again wiping out many enemies of Death and Taxes right there, looking to keep some point control and check out the zone control as well. We've got Androxus pushing up far and ahead, eLvenpath on that Buck ready to nip out and just stall people out if necessary. But the payload will be captured right now, or the objective will be captured. That's spawned a payload for the side of District 69, and wow, STURE just obliterated right there. No defense and no spawn camp going to be coming out for Death and Taxes this time, as the damage from District 69 is just far too much.
STURE goes too aggressive, doesn't get to the pay point on time, all alone. Gerrah picks up 2 kills as well, as the rest of the team are 4v5 as they get swept and just rolled over there. Addicted and STURE back on the base, trying to do what they can to stay alive, being chased out. PERDO with the nether step, trying to find the kill onto Addicted. He's taken very low, and Shipa cleans that one up. Bomb does stun Shipa, takes him very low. There's a great little dimensional link there, keeps himself safe. PERDO also taken very low, but they still can't find any of these kills. And they've not even noticed Shipa's right behind them, just walking away.
Well, I absolutely love what Bugsy's been doing this entire time. Bugzy, as a Knessa, the most vulnerable in these team fights, has been slowly escorting the payload and is now in a position where not only can they continue to escort the payload, but they can start to be a part of these fights as well, getting off that long distance damage. There we go, picking up SYER on the back end. The payload nearing the gates of the base of Death and Taxes right now. Shipa's there to contest, but look, as alongside STURE, and they're going to push this one right in. Addicted has dropped the ultimate, and there's a double imprisonment coming out from both Bucks right now. eLvenpath in a lot of trouble, likely to fall here as the defense is coming through. There's the cursed arm, but nobody's on the payload. It goes through. The cursed arm
as well picks up the triple kill, gets Kroad in the last second there. Great accuracy, snipes out the Androxus as well. SYER sniped out of the air mid-cursed arm and just dominating Bugzy, despite Knessa being pretty much a champion who relies solely on those defensive positions. He's playing him perfectly on this attack, getting up onto their embattlements, just getting the shots off, finding the kills, and no one on the payload thereafter. Bugzy cleans up the STURE on that Buck.
So let's take a quick look at burn cards once again. We got a lot of burn cards coming out. Only 1 cauterize on each team. No, only 1 cauterize across the board. Kroad not being able to afford any burn cards despite having their ultimate charge. Bugzy picking up the cauterize, going to be looking to apply that anti-healing onto STURE there as well, and a couple on the morale boost coming out as well. I love the morale boost onto Shipa on this Ying, as more ultimates, as they now deal damage and dismount players as well, is going to make it very difficult to deal with. Just the pure harassment coming out from Ying, but STURE diving deep into the backline, looking to wipe out Bugzy. Bugzy manages to get away for a second, but going to be chased down by a heroic leap. There's no escape for you, Knessa, and this could turn in favor of Death and Taxes.
Knessa does get taken down. STURE finally picks that one up, but not before it's too late. The rest of the team wiped out. Shipa was taken extremely low by that barrage, that auto bombardment, and SYER the only one left. The rest of his team wiped out on this high ground. 1v1 versus gerrah, but the rest of the team, they start to arrive. SYER taken out, point control going to District 69 at the moment, and they're looking to take another point capture on this and put them up into the win as they go 7-2. They just need to convert this one if they capture it.
Was that bugzy taking a mid-air snipe onto Addicted as well? Shipa picks up a kill onto STURE. The point control, the objective control right now for District 69 is unparalleled, and there's no way back in for death and taxes. And now look at this. Deep in the backline, eLvenpath is diving SYER. SYER should have the advantage of this engagement as they can make a bit more space, but out of the area goes eLvenpath. They're going to be perfectly fine, and this payload conversion could actually win the entire game for District 69. Tattle, what do death and taxes have to do and able to defend against, especially this Knessa play?
Oh, they need to find Knessa. That needs to be the job for STURE, but it doesn't look like it's going to be possible. He's taken out low, has to force himself back. Addicted, sniped by bugzy already. That's one member down. STURE comes back out the payload, still rolling its way in. Kroad trying to 1v1 versus eLvenpath, but there's the imprisonment. He's not going to win that. Cursed Arm comes down. It doesn't even kill gerrah. They're not even able to find those kills. STURE finally does find that one, but bugzy's already sniped out SYER. He's now trying to find STURE as well. PERDO picks that one up. King Bomb coming out, but there's a disengage again from the side of District 69, cancels it out. Addicted, not able to find it, and he still goes down as well.
And all the while, this fight has been happening in Death and Tax's base. They've been pretty much spawn camped right now, even though the payload has been nowhere near them. bugzy in a lot of trouble now under fire from Buck, is able to use the transporter to get right up top and heal up. And now the payload, also close to that conversion point, is going to be very, very easy to push through. Oh, check out the nether steps as well coming out from PERDO and Androxus. They pick up STURE, able to dodge out of the way of all those barrages. Nobody's on the payload. Shipa comes through to defend. Addicted's not in a position to actually cancel this one out, and nobody's there to stop it. The conversion goes through, and District 69 take the first game over Death and Taxes in style.
And Ying and Knessa here were pivotal in this game. That Ying play coming out from, of course, it was from, I've forgotten the name, Shipa. Of course, it was from Shipa, doing great work there. 24 assists. Not the least damage on the team, but just that much assistance, as well as that much chaos and confusion, just flipping himself out, just popping in and out, keeping them busy, causing so much chaos for bugzy just to pick up the kills. And look at that, 38k damage done with the Knessa, 13-3-13, just absolute monster on that one.
And what I didn't see actually happening is, as you got a Knessa on the enemy team, you have to pressure them. And whilst Death and Taxes did so very well on that initial objective, where they actually took one away from District 69, they sort of failed to do so in the end. We saw Kamyker really sort of carrying them through that initial point. And then once it was figured out that Kamyker was really the secret to Death and Taxes' success, all we saw was focus onto the backline targets like Cassie from District 69. And that meant instead of pressuring the backline targets of Knessa and Cassie, Death and Taxes had to sort of hang back and just try and keep their own teammates alive. And arguably, that was a decision which could have cost them the match. Going into the next map, we will be up on Temple Ruins once again. I expect to see bugzy keeping this Knessa pick, but do you think we're going to see perhaps a Skye come out to look for more of a direct counter to Knessa at all?
I'd love to see a Skye. Skye is extremely strong right now. We saw yesterday during the ESL Cup, the Skye was coming out in force, as we saw a mirror match Skye even come out, and the damage it can do is just absolutely disgusting right now. So I would love to see a Skye come out. I definitely think it is the answer to bugzy. Whether it will actually cause bugzy enough issue, you know, he's such a seasoned Knessa that he knows how to deal with a Skye.
Let's change the phrasing right there. It's an answer to Knessa. It's not necessarily an answer to bugzy.
Exactly.
It comes down to the players. And we've seen Knessa, they have these hard counters, and that's absolutely okay as a sniper character or a sniper champion that can deal so much range damage. I like having those hard counters, but really what it comes down to is the knowledge of the player to be able to work around that, maybe to predict the threats coming through and get the damage off onto the enemy before they take you down. And we'll see if that actually comes into play up on the next map for Temple Ruins. We'll be heading to a short break, but in the meantime, let us know in chat how you're finding the stream. I do hope you're all enjoying, and if you are, please don't hesitate to share us out on social media. We love commentating Paladins and showing these games to you, and we want to bring that to as many people as possible. So thank you so much for doing so.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get into the realm for this next game of the series between Death and Taxes and District 69. We'll get into this one. Temple Ruins, of course, is the next map up on this. We've got some interesting picks and changes coming out here. On the left side of the screen, we still have, of course, Death and Taxes. Kamyker still on that Cassie. SYER still on that Androxus. STURE picking up a Barrack this time. Addicted on that Bomb King. And Kroad changing onto that Kinessa we saw in the previous game. On the other side of things, however, District 69 with some interesting picks. Shipa on Eevee. eLvenpath still on that Buck. Bugzy picking up Drogos this time. Gerrah on Cassie and PERDO on that Androxus. And run us through this Drogos pick. Vox.
Well, we saw Bugzy pull out a phenomenal Drogos during the Paladins Founders Tournament. There have been a couple of changes coming into this latest patch. And if I was Bugzy, I'd actually be quite scared right now, because Drogos is very, very easy to kill if you're Androxus or Kinessa, but hold that thought as Shipa puts the pressure onto Kroad on the backline. Kinessa gets taken down for first blood, and the Bomb King Addicted in a lot of trouble now as eLvenpath looks to pressure them down as well. Got a bit of support from SYER now as well on this Barrack. Nobody's taken point control besides a little bit in favor of Death and Taxes so far, but Addicted again being pressured by 3 gets eliminated. Shipa getting credit for that kill as PERDO picks up Kamyker, and Death and Taxes fall 1 by 1 to the boys of District 69. I
tell you what, you're saying how that Drogos pick can be taken out very easily by that Cassie or the Kinessa, but if you're Kroad or Kamyker right now, you have other things to be worried about, as we saw. You
gotta deal with eLvenpath, right?
Shipa and eLvenpath just went in. They do actually go a bit too far in there as eLvenpath taken down by Addicted. He's going too far forwards though. Shipa gets him taken out in the process. Right now, STURE on the point trying to do what he can, but there's the Cursed Arm coming down, takes out STURE. Now looking for another one. SYER does snipe Bugzy out of the air as gerrah finds Kamyker as well. He's going to fall very shortly afterwards though. SYER finding that one, but he's all on his own now, getting taken down by PERDO. Wait, no, not by PERDO, by eLvenpath. eLvenpath finding that one, and the one onto Kroad.
Looks like PERDO actually managed to get the Androxus shots off there. I mean, we've talked a little bit about how Bugzy is going to be under a lot of pressure for Androxus on the enemy team, but PERDO demonstrated himself to be a phenomenal Androxus player during the Paladins Founders Tournament, pulling out some of the most insane plays we've seen in Paladins so far during the finals, and they're proving to be able to box out not just 1, but 2 potential takedown champions and retain their title as Lord of the Skies, as the initial objective goes in favor of District 69. Starting to see some damage come through. Let's take a quick look as the payload being pushed forwards by Shipa right now. It is a little bit curious to see the Eevee sitting there on the payload escorting that Bomb King, trying to throw some bombs down and get a little bit of damage onto Shipa, but Shipa able to stay alive quite easily. Now it really comes down to Kroad on this high ground, assisted by his Cassie to try and get some damage off, but SYER, a reversal will save their life momentarily. If they don't have Nether Step available, as they do, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, and 2 players on the side of District 69 able to, actually not able to pick up the kills. SYER turning a kill into eLvenpath there, and District 69 being brought down piece by piece. There are bombs going down onto the Drogos as well as Bugzy gets taken down. Addicted takes out Shipa. PERDO does manage to wipe out Kamyker with his Cursed Arm, but Kroad returns the kill onto PERDO. The defense from Death and Taxes right now has held. It appears that Tattle is experiencing some connection difficulties, so as soon as he's back, we'll get him straight back into the game. But for now, enjoy the lovely solo commentary comes through as eLvenpath goes deep into the mist and immediately is forced to retreat as the defense on the side of Death and Taxes is a little bit too strong. Now up on the backside, Kamyker under a lot of fire from Shipa. Shipa able to use the Icebox to immune one of those shots, able to get in and out and pick up that kill before anybody's really able to respond. Bugzy as well picking up Kroad. That's no more Kinessa to deal with. STURE is down there on that Barrack contesting. PERDO picks him up as well. There's nobody left to contest the payload, but oh my god, Addicted got the triple kill with a King Bomb there and actually secure the defense successfully. They're under fire from eLvenpath on this Buck now. They might not be able to get out of there. They need the Poppy Bomb and they're under a lot of fire, but the triple kill bought them enough time for the rest of the team to respawn and come through. The health nugget isn't going to keep them alive for long enough. Addicted in so much trouble now. The health is so low. Poppy Bomb is available. He's going to go back up onto the backside. Grumpy Bomb is thrown, and now the target has been locked as one Cassie Pop Scout, trying to keep this payload still in motion. But STURE on the Barrack seems to have found their niche. We've talked about Barrack having no real place in the current meta, but did a great job at stalling out the payload 1 versus 3, despite having a nerfed shield now. But the pressure from District 69 is a little bit too much for Death and Taxes to deal with. as Shipa picks up the kill. PERDO picks up a kill as well. The payload is pushing through to conversion, and there's nobody left to stop it. STURE's there, but STURE is about to fall as well. We're left with just Kamyker contesting the payload, but that Cassie isn't tanky enough to fall, and the dodge roll actually moves them out of contest radius, and they will let the payload through to conversion. 4 points to 0. Lead District 69 over Death and Taxes. And I've just seen in our Discord chat as well. Yep, Tattle as the Paladins caster 2016 to 2016. RIP indeed. And let's see, that was a huge King Bomb ultimate though. We need to see more players coming out of Addicted right now, as that was absolutely phenomenal.
15 seconds.
And let's take a quick look at the burn costs as we go through. We've got 4 morale boosts picked up on the side of Death and Taxes right now. 2 morale boosts pick up on the side of District 69. I really like the Equestrian pickup coming out on Shipa, which is going to decrease the time it takes for them to mount up. So Eevee going to have Blink, Soar, and also a very, very quick mount to be able to mount up and chase down the enemies. You can see a couple of flanks coming out from either team. Up into the air goes bugzy on Drogas. He's looking for the flank. I think that all of Death and Taxes have been spotted out, even though they've taken the long and the covered route through. Now Kroad sitting in the backline is looking to drop some damage. You've got a barrack on point with the barricade able to immune some of the damage, but Dragon Punch is being charged by bugzy. Bugzy's going in deep. He's looking for somebody. He's not going to find anyone. Misses SYER in the air, but now his sights actually turn onto SYER, and SYER is wiped out as the kills just come through in favor of District 69. The wipe is through. I think that was a kill for every member of District 69 versus Death and Taxes right now, and only 1 member left on the objective right now as the rest of the team goes off to zone. It's 6 minutes and 39 seconds, 6 minutes and 40 seconds of the game, and Death and Taxes are down 4 points to 0 versus District 69, the champions of the Paladins Founders Tournament. Oh, and look at that. eLvenpath did manage to get an imprisonment off, but didn't actually manage to cage anybody in. Still manages to stay alive, though. The shots come through from PERDO, picking up Kroad. That sniper is going to be a non-issue coming into this next capture point, and the objective has been captured successfully. Now the payload's getting ready to push through the initial choke point coming through, and the damage is still good from District 69. PERDO right now is unstoppable, sitting on a huge streak. eLvenpath also on an 11 streak right now, and Shipa on this Eevee is going to go up shortly and start pressuring the backline once again, but I don't think it's going to be necessary as eLvenpath dives in deep, nets SYER, and SYER now in a lot of trouble is going to fall to that shotgun as eLvenpath with a leap reset is just going to be able to jump out to safety. The payload has been briefly stalled out. Now we've got STURE on this barrack under a lot of fire from Eevee as those AoE shots just deal too much damage to deal with. You can see Kroad deep in the backline on his Canasta trying to keep the enemy team at bay. Addicted on Bomb King goes in deep, but he's spotted out by PERDO. The shots are coming through though, and it's an Androxus versus Androxus aerial duel. Reversal onto Kroad is good, but SYER comes round on the flank, looks towards PERDO, gets some damage off, but the shots are going either way. There's a Dragon Punch coming out from bugzy right now. He's looking for Addicted, but doesn't find it. He's going for Kroad. No, just cut too short. Kroad finishes him off with the carbine rifle, but all the while the payload's almost been pushed to conversion. The damage is good from District 69, but Death and Taxes are holding them at bay right now. Addicted picking up PERDO right in the end there, and it comes down to how well Kroad can keep on pulling off these snipes. We saw them take out bugzy earlier. There's the King Bomb going in, but Addicted doesn't manage to find anybody. With a minute left on the clock and the payload so close to the base, it's going to be a close one. You can see Shipa on this Eevee going deep into the backline, but has been spotted out. Going to be looking for Kroad. Does manage to get right up at the top, but quickly chased down by Kamyker as well on the Cassie. Nice kill coming through there. Death and Taxes putting up a reasonable hold right now. eLvenpath trades back a kill onto the Androxus. That's going to spell a bit of trouble as here comes the Accursed Arm as well, but the shots mostly miss. There's a double turret setup on the defense in favor of Death and Taxes right now, and nobody's taking out the turrets. This barrack is just able to hold. There's one down to a salvo from Drogas right now, but STURE is holding nicely. 2 turrets up again, 1 taken down. STURE finally wiped out by PERDO. The payload's going to be pushed through to conversion, and the hold isn't quite good enough anymore. With SYER with a double kill, it doesn't even matter as Addicted's too low health to contest this. PERDO picks up the double kill. The defense has failed. The payload gets converted, and 8 points to 0 right now. Lead District 69 over Death and Taxes. We've got this final game going on. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and just check out the burn cards on potentially this last objective of the set, as it is set point right now. STURE's finally managed to get that Kronos online, reducing the cooldowns of barrack turrets. A very, very important card that's crucial to his kit. We've got 3 morale boosts so far. Kroad not yet having picked up burn cards. A lot of Havens, though, picked up that defensive card, which reduces direct damage dealt by 15% across the board. And that's so important on champions like bugzy, or players like bugzy as well on Drogas, who in the air is a very, very, very available target for all of these sharpshooters and strikers to look to take down. The objective has spawned on Sunken City. The players are starting to head out. You can see that all of District 69 have split up, actually, and Death and Taxes are going for a more direct approach. But they're being flanked from behind. Oh, round the back comes eLvenpath. Shipa getting credit for killing the SYER, though, and dismantled our Death and Taxes. There's an accursed arm being popped, though. PERDO picks up the kill into Kamyker. Under a lot of fire from Kroad. Reversal keeps him alive for just a second, but it's not quite enough. But the rest of the team has trapped them in the net. There's going to be the imprisonment coming out from Buck, and bugzy picks up Kroad. The damage is just too much. Gerrah gets the kill into Addicted. STURE returns for a second, but that lockdown is eliminated as soon as he goes down as well to gerrah. And gerrah with a double kill, securing District 69's win really in this point, because now we just have bugzy left on the objective and the rest of the team going out to provide area control and zone completely out the attempts of Death and Taxes to get anywhere near the objective. And look at this, we've got Eevee sitting behind the pillar, ready to blink up there at a moment's notice and put harassment onto the backline. And I don't see really any way back into the objective for the side of Death and Taxes. They haven't got the tanky Buck on their team. They haven't even got a Fernando. They've got a Barak who has to try and get in there. And whilst Barak has managed to get all the way onto the objective, whilst mounted up, is quickly disengaged from the point. Addicted on the objective right now, has loads of bombs set up there to try and contest, but actually deals himself a load of self-damage. The kills just come through from District 69, and that will be all she wrote. A 2-0 sweep for the Paladins Founders Tournament champions as they face off against, or they have now faced off against the newly reformed Death and Taxes. We're going to take a quick look at the scoreboard before we go any further right now. As the match has just come to a close, the scoreboard right up there, yeah, like once again, 4 members of the winning team breaking 1,000 credits right there. Nobody breaking 1,000 credits on the side of Death and Taxes. Incredible slash lines coming out across the board. I mean, look at eLvenpath right there, sitting at 8, 4, and 20. 20 assists in a game like that with a highest streak of 15. Definitely my MVP for this match, because whilst they didn't get in there and deal so much damage like PERDO did with 63k, they were so much of a backline disruption and distraction to the side of Death and Taxes that they had to refocus all their efforts just in keeping Kroad and Kamyker and STURE alive rather than letting them dish out damage, which they really, really needed to. And speaking of STURE as well, the Barak pick, whilst they did get a bit of a good hold on that last payload conversion just before the match ended, it wasn't really good enough, as 15,000 damage, almost doubled by most of the players on their team, actually. 3 players on their team it has been doubled by, and most of the players on the side of District 69. I also want to point out that Addicted, whilst they did get a massive triple kill with the King Bomb ultimate on another payload defense, sitting at 7, 9, and 4, not really showing up like they needed to, and potentially leaning towards Bomb King just not being as much of an effective player as we had suspected in competitive play. We will be taking a quick look at the brackets now before we go any further, as we'll be heading into watching the bronze match next, which will be Death and Taxes versus Fate Esports. As mentioned previously, we had a couple of technical difficulties during that match, and Tattle lost connection there, so we'll be rejoining with him going into this next game after this short break.